Pastor Cheryl here, and I'm with Roger Chance, our facilities director. We are talking this month about all things new. And Roger has a beautiful story of renewal that we are going to share a little bit of it with you today. So Roger, thanks for agreeing to be interviewed today.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us, like, where were you before you had a relationship with Jesus? What was going on?
I was in a really dark place before I met Jesus. I lost my business, I lost my house, I was in the middle of a custody battle. The job I had, I got laid off from, couldn't find another job, and it just seemed like everything was just falling around me. And I had some problems at the place I was living at, getting ready to get booted out of there, and I was just in a very dark depression.
What caused you to look towards God?
Well, that was an interesting story, because in the midst of the problems I had at my apartment where I lived, or it was a condominium actually, my landlord asked me, she says, instead of booting me out, she was a Christian lady, she prayed for me.
Wow.
She goes, can I pray for you? And I said, this time I'll take anything, because I am just not doing it right at all. And she said a beautiful prayer for me that planted a seed, and then she sent me a bunch of information about churches in the neighborhood.
And then how did you get connected to God through that information?
Well, it planted a seed there, and I started walking, and I thought maybe I should go check out this church. And this was the closest church to where I lived.
So Heights Church was on the
Church,
list.
yeah. And it was the top one actually, and it was the closest to me. So I thought, well, I'm going to walk down there one day and I'll try to find out. But I didn't go down right away. I was wandering in the middle of the night a lot of times. I stayed in the dark. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to have anybody around me. And so finally I did come down. I had a bad day with my son and just felt like I was worthless. And I said, okay, God needs to exist today.
Okay.
He has to show up today.
And so you came to the church.
Yeah.
And what
So
happened?
I walked through the doors, and it was quite interesting. They went ahead, and there was a lady that was working at the front desk. Her name was Joy Davis. Love her to death. She had such compassion in her eyes, and I said, I need to talk to somebody, and I just broke down. And I was a mess looking. I mean, I hadn't shaved or anything. And she said, nobody's here. And I said, really? I said, God doesn't even want me. And I turned to go ahead and storm out. And she goes, no, wait, please. Everybody's just at lunch. And so I thought, okay, I'm overreacting. Let's calm down a little bit. But there was such compassion in her eyes that stuck to me.
Yeah.
And I said, there's something here. And I said, I'll be back then.
Okay. And you came back. Somebody prayed with you,
Yeah.
led you through the sinner's prayer, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Told me how God loved me. And I went, what? And he goes, and that Jesus wants a relationship with me. And I said, I can do that.
Wow.
And so I surrendered everything right there on the spot.
So he was what you were looking for. You were looking for someone. You had said to me earlier that you had trusted in yourself.
Yeah, I was extremely prideful, didn't trust anybody else, so everything I had and everything I was all because of me.
Okay. And that had all disappeared.
And that's disappeared that day. I went, whoa, okay. I had to put all of that aside and just look to him and put my total trust and faith in him alone.
And you felt different?
Yes, yeah. I felt loved. I wasn't alone anymore.
Okay.
There was just this sense of overwhelming love that I never felt before in my life.
That's experiencing God.
Yeah.
And I love that truth. So as you have walked with God for how many years?
It's been 10 and a half years now.
10 and a half. A lot of things have changed in your life.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about what all has God renewed in you.
Well, he was with me during the whole time for my custody battle and helped me through all of that, and it came out positive.
Yes.
I surrendered my son to him as well. I said, God, whatever your will is, I'm willing to do it. Since then, I was single for 8 years. God brought my wife into my life here at this church, and we've now been married for 6 years, and I now have 3 more kids. And I have 5 grandkids, and it is such a blessing. We're both true followers of Jesus, and we keep him centered in everything that we do.
Yeah. You are a great leader of that family, and you have a beautiful family.
Yes.
Yeah. How would you say, God, how have you seen yourself grow the most? God has done some different things. You lead a men's group here at our church. Tell us a little bit about those areas of your life.
Yeah, you know, God uses our biggest hurts to go ahead and come into ministry.
Okay.
And everything that I was going through in my custody battle was talking about men and putting men down. And I said, okay, what are we supposed to do as men?
Okay.
And so I started reading books and everything, and then I thought, you know, I need to share this with others. And then God put it on my heart to start a men's group and do a study on courageous, which is about being a father, being a husband, and being a man, period.
Right.
And it hit home, and it was a great thing, and he's grown me since then.
Yes,
So
he has.
I've been working with a lot of men.
We are proud of the work that you do here at Heights Church with your group. It's been very instrumental in many of the men's life. So thank you for being dedicated to that. How would you challenge people to grow in their walk with Jesus? How would you challenge someone else to let God renew them?
I would say just totally submit and trust God. He's got your best interest at heart no matter what. And I give everything to him. I didn't just give bits and pieces. I surrendered it all because I blew it my own way. And he's just given me that abundant life that he promises, you know, to go ahead and live happy and with joy no matter what I'm going through.
That's so good. Thank you for sharing your story with us today. And it is true, my friends, there is a rich and satisfying life that can be found in Jesus. He does make all things new. Thanks for being with us today.